A lot of them are saying that they would divorce their husband immediately.
Fair shake of these guys that are raising children not biologically theirs as single dads.
Why wouldn't I want my child to then be swabbed to ensure that that is my child after all?
Find out the baby not mine.
This is something you want to do. Of course, she's going to try to guilt trip you. You don't really love me. You don't trust me. Blah, blah, blah. It's like, no. It has nothing to do with you.
Fellas, don't walk but run and go get a paternity test.
18 plus years. And it's not his baby.
He used protection and he was so drunk that he finished. And now she's saying that she's pregnant.
Hey guys, welcome back to More to Life. Before I get into this video, I ask that you like, comment, subscribe. Also, smash that notification bell just to be sure you get my videos as soon as I release them. Alright guys, today I'm in an undisclosed location somewhere in LA. About to drop my son off on the way back to the Philippines. As for now, let's get right into this video.
Apparently right now there's a huge debate on whether or not paternity tests should be mandatory. A lot of women are against it, to no surprise whatsoever. A lot of them are saying that they would divorce their husband immediately.
Go ahead.
If he asked them for a paternity test. And even some men are saying that it would be labeling their wife as a whore to ask for a paternity test. So I'm gonna have to disagree with the women and the men on this that are against mandatory paternity tests, because as a woman, I'm never gonna know what it feels like to question if the child is mine or not, with the exception of baby swaps in the hospitals. But how often does that happen? And also, as a woman, why wouldn't I want my child to then be swabbed to ensure that that is my child after all, and then give that man peace of mind? This isn't about trust. This is just about peace of mind, because you know what? With the statistics that have come out and the data that has come out with how many women cheat in marriages and how many women cheat in general, if I was a man, I would want a paternity test for sure. In France, it's caused such a debacle that they have made it illegal. Doesn't that in itself speak volumes? I really don't see the issue with this becoming a mandatory thing for everyone to get, because then no woman would feel signaled out. It wouldn't be a personal decision. It would be just something that everyone gets.
That's a good point.
So it would give your husband peace of mind. It would give you peace of mind, because you know that your baby was not swapped at the hospital, and you wouldn't be questioning that trust aspect because everyone's doing it. So I really don't see the issue if this was a government mandate. However, if you guys still have an issue with that, then you know what? Why don't men just get the baby swabbed? I 100% think that every single man should swab their baby. I don't care if you have to do it behind her back. Swab that baby, because the risks are way too high these days. And if she's getting offended, that's a red flag, because personally, I would not care. I would not get offended. I would want the peace of mind for myself that the baby wasn't swapped at the hospital. And if I can give my husband peace of mind at the same time, why would I not do that? I have nothing to hide. If someone doesn't have anything to hide, they wouldn't care. You can be empathetic towards the male gender due to this issue that's going on with so many women tricking men into being fathers for babies that aren't theirs.
There's too many of that happening. And guys get played a fool because they asked for it. How do they ask for it? Being too nice. That's simply it. Oh, girl says, oh, well, no, you're calling me, like she said, you're calling me a 304, or you don't trust me? You want me to tell you the truth? Because no, I don't. If more men said, no, I don't, but this will tell me for sure, they could have hard feelings. They could not want to be with you after. But so what? At least you're not taking care of a baby that's not yours. Because so many guys are going down that road, and so many guys are paying, because once you're mandated by the courts, that's the case. But it should be mandated for women and men to take it. In case of a swap at the hospital, that's not happening, but it's still going to happen. That way, I'm safe, you're safe. And also, for me, I know for sure I'm taking care of the right kid.
He just found out the baby isn't his.
I've been calling this girl all morning, bro. The papers just came in. I've been calling her all morning, dummy. Find out the baby not mine. What am I? Like, bro, This girl been playing in my face all morning, bro. All morning. You come drop the baby off with nothing.
That's wild. So baby's there right now. He has a baby there with him right now that's not his.
All morning. You come drop the baby off with nothing. And then you're going to bring out. Been calling her all morning, man. All morning, bro. I do everything for both of them, bro. Her and her mother.
I wonder why they left.
I take care of these girls, bro. I just got a new house, bro. I just moved. I uprooted my entire life for this.
She been on your ass about this shit.
To find out,
dead wrong, bro.
To find out the baby not mine, bro. To find out that the baby not mine, bro.
Pain.
And it's crazy, bro. Out here who don't even know their child's name, let alone their birthdays, bro. I'm out here doing everything for, bro. Look at what she's like, bro. What is this? What is the baby doing with a teeth? What is the baby going to do? Not even a diaper, not a wipe in here, nothing. Oh, no. Nothing. No ointment, no banky, no nothing. Nothing. Look at my baby. She's coughing. She's sick. But you got the money and all of that to go on trips. You just came back from Bermuda. Bro, come on, bro. And it's crazy because I guarantee it's that she just pulled up with. I guarantee, bro. I guarantee that's probably her father. When they drop the baby, I guarantee it, bro. I'm ready to call her mother. I'm ready to call her. I'm ready to call her mother.
And he probably know that's his baby too and all that.
The little girl just went outside. Baby just went outside, bro. Oh, he going out there.
How you doing, Miss Sharon?
Oh, she get the other girl out.
Yeah, have you talked to Talisha? Miss Sharon, I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm not trying to be rude. I just got the paperwork. This baby is not mine. That's exactly what I just said. This baby is not mine, Miss Cheryl.
And you being respectful.
Have you talked to her? Have you seen her? Have you? I'm sorry. I ain't trying to raise my voice. I apologize. I'm not trying to be disrespectful.
You're not raising your voice.
I just want to understand as to why I have this responsibility on me and she know this baby not mine. This is your daughter. That's the only person I could call to get in contact with her. This is your child. I understand that, Miss Sherry. I know this don't got nothing to do with you, but at the end of the day, this baby has nothing to do with it either. This not my child. I'm watching over, I'm taking care of this baby, and it's not my child. Miss Sherry, I just want to get in contact. That's it. That's all. That's all. That's all I want, Miss Sherry. I don't want no problem. That's all I want, please.
Damn. I can't play the whole clip, but this is sad, man. But this is what happens. That man cares. You can see it. Obviously, he cares, right? Why would he call her mother to get in contact with her? But you know what song I feel like right now? I don't know why every time I do these videos, songs pop in my head. The songs popped up. Everybody plays the fool sometimes. But you know what? He was smart enough to understand. He's seen the signs, I'm sure. That's why he wanted to get a test. Also, he's seen that the kid didn't look just like him. And so guys are seeing that and saying, let me get the test, and it should be mandated, but it's sad because every man kind of needs to get the test. Unless a kid comes out looking like you, but still, nowadays, you never know. For all you know, my son comes out looking like me, that could be my brother's son. My brother look the same, right? Yeah, I know it sounds wild, but that's what these girls out here doing.
I kept hearing this over and over again, that there was like 30% of fathers who found out that they were not actually the biological father of their child. Now, when I jumped into this, and I did quite a bit of digging, I found that that particular statistic is coming from sources that do DNA testing when it's actually in question. Now, there was this really, really intricate study done using all the different genealogy sites, and they were using genetic markers that could only be passed down if both parents carried the gene. And I think spina bifida was one of them. There were a couple. But it made tracing lineage much more accurate in the broader population. And not just from the companies where people are going in there because there's already a suspicion that he's not the father.
Look what it says. A third of all DNA tests show the father is not the father. So yes, DNA must be mandatory at birth.
And what they found in this big, long, in-depth study was that in the U.S., it is about 3% of men raising children that are not biologically theirs. Now, before all the women just start seal clapping all over the place, let me give you some other numbers. Now, we're going to start with 3% of fathers are raising children that are not biologically theirs. Now, you take that number and you go to how many fathers are there in the United States? Want to guess? 70 million. And we're using rough math here, but that gives us a number of fathers not raising their biological children at 2,590,000. Over 2.5 million. If you weigh that against the 6.69 million single father households, that means that there is a fair shake of these guys that are raising children not biologically theirs as single dads.
Sad but true.
Obviously not all of them, but the likelihood is that there's a percentage in there. Those numbers are coming out of the U.S. based off of a collection of all of the different genealogy sites. So although it's not 30% of all fathers across the entire United States, it is still over 2.5 million. And that's an awfully big number for women to always just want to point the finger at the men. So,
well, it's not even that. You know, she stated over 2 million men, and she said there's 6 million active single fathers. And you know what's sad with that? You know, a lot of those guys, they'll find out the kid is not theirs and probably would still take care of the kid because they don't want to put the kid in the system. Why is there so many it seems like there's more compassionate men in there as women, and that's facts. But hey, that's being this day and age where women are so cold, and it's sad because kids growing up not knowing who their real father is. It's a sad thing, and these men's giving up their whole entire life for someone that's not theirs. And a woman will say, well, no, you take care of that baby now, right? It's yours. They feel just because you're taking care of the kid and you're one with the kid, because the guy will turn around and say, well, no, it's not my kid, and leave the baby alone. Well, you just gonna leave the baby like that? You know those things they say, you just gonna leave the kid behind like that? Play on your pity. Sad, man.
Just so you guys know, paternity tests, you can't trust these whatever. You are gonna need her consent because you need a DNA sample from her too. The way it works is they do the analysis and it'll show what markers the baby has, see which ones they got from you and which ones they got from the mother. So you're
well, he's talking about, that's if you want to know if she's the mother, I mean, and you want to do a paternity test in that way to say, okay, I don't know what he's talking about. He's talking about genes and things like that. Who cares, right? If a guy goes out, gets a test from the baby and from himself, he'll know if the baby's his or not. That's really all. That's the only reason why guys really want to do paternity tests. What are you talking about, bro?
You're going to need her consent. It's hard to argue not doing it because we live in a time where we have the technology to be sure that your kid's your kid. Why wouldn't you do that? I've decided that I have to. I like knowing that my kid's my kid and being certain and then following science to know that for sure. If this is something you want to do, make the decision that you're going to do it before you meet her, before you have the kid. Of course, she's going to try to guilt trip you. You don't really love me. You don't trust me. Blah, blah, blah. It's like, no. It has nothing to do with you, lady.
Now you're talking, man.
Lady, I was always gonna do this. I expect it to be a tough conversation, but you make a decision, you stick with it. And
my point exactly.
He took the red pill a little bit too many times at the end, right? Because at first it was kind of shaky, but still, no. More guys need to be like that. More guys need to be like him. Don't trust the system. Don't trust the setup. Because so many have. And I say this is those guys that are old school to a fault. That's what it is. Nowadays, so many men have drinking the Kool-Aid. They can see the Kool-Aid is not sweet. Because also the sugar's tainted. You don't want too much of that bad sugar. You better get you some stevia or something. The one better than stevia. Better get you some monk fruit tea, right? A lot better, because that regular sugar will have you out there messed up. And too many guys have sipped that regular sugar.
You are shaking.
I know.
I feel your nervousness from here. Are you okay?
Yes.
Mr. Benning, you are not the father. You said earlier that if Robin was not your biological child, I doubt whether or not you truly are the biological father of Jermaine Benning Jr. The wants to make sure when you leave here you have the whole truth. You are not the father.
What the?
Man. It cuts deep, boy. Like seeing that. It's a shaker. I see how those men get like that, right? You take care of these kids and to find out they're not yours and they're Tyrone's kids, some kid that doesn't care about his life, that probably doesn't care if he dies tomorrow. That's why she doesn't want him to be the father. And you take on his responsibility. What do they call it, guys? Alpha seed, better need. All the time. So guys, it's time to wisen up. If any man has a baby and doesn't get a paternity test, come on, really? Are you serious?
Fellas, don't walk but run and go get a paternity test. Because a woman will mess with you and be already pregnant. She said, ooh, who's the weak link? Him right there. Hurry up and throw that pussy on you, pussy cat. Be already 2 months pregnant. You wondering, like, the baby come kind of early, huh? Better start doing that math. That baby come kind of early, huh? That baby a good little size. Yeah, that already pregnant. Don't walk. Run.
Immediately.
Go get them babies tested. Look at maternity court. Look at all them women that was lying to their kids. Talking about, he didn't call you, he didn't love you. Putting all them negative thoughts in their kid's head. He didn't love you. They ain't even they got them.
It's wow, what she said too. But you think it's not a lot of those cases going on? It definitely is.
Happy Sunday, loves. So the other day I'm having a conversation with this young man and he was explaining to me how him and him baby mother don't talk anymore. So I said, what happened? Him said, well, really and truly, them never in a relationship, him just did a ex and she get pregnant. But now she's talking to her ex. So I said, how you know the pitney I for your own? The man said the pitney look like him. Now I mean for tell me say, young man, in a 2022, una go with look like me. For determine if a pitney is for no own? How? Because what if people mistake me for people I never meet in my whole entire life? Black people look alike, Asians look alike, white people look alike. So why you feel like because the pitney look like you, I feel pitney? Then the man gonna say, oh, and of course, him check up from when him and her have to the time when the baby one, so I did after one. I implore you, young men, get a DNA test, get a paternity test, because them girls are wicked. None of them even know themselves. And enough of them are look for people or the man who has spend the most money to give the pitney to. Please do not fall prey to this, or baby look like me, or you want me to. As a woman, I would not be embarrassed or feel no way if one man who I'm there with tell me say need to do a paternity test, because guess what, I only you sir. So guess what, all I go do is when the test come back, I go say sit there. Long time me did know. But you need, listen, it's mandatory before you put your name on a birth certificate, young men. You make sure so the pitney is full one. Do your blood clot DNA test. Pitney not look like nobody here. Him not sound like you. Him not do nothing. And them girls are wicked. Me too. But no, I'm childless. But anyways, have a good day. Bye.
And yeah, you heard the she said me too. Of course, she's not trying to say she's for the streets, but there's a lot of women for the streets who's looking for a way out, right? They're looking for who is going to give this baby a good life. Who can I get child support from? It's sad, but they're looking for that. And they grab you. Doesn't matter if you're in a kid's life. They would love it, right? A lot of women that are doing this don't think they need men in the home. They don't think so. Because they wouldn't be doing what they're doing. If the mothers that are having these kids seriously knew how bad it is to raise a child without a father, they wouldn't be doing this. Because they're going to think about it and go, wait a minute, I'm going to push him away. So that guy I want to be the father, will probably not even be a father at all. He probably wouldn't even care about the kid. Like how you see the man, wasn't his kid, he still cares about the kid. He didn't want the kid to go outside and go run off somewhere and do something crazy. He's still looking at still wants to take good care of the kid. You can tell he don't want to give the kid up. I can tell. I know that look. The man's like, I'm a good man. And she put it on that good man. While she's with Mr. No Good right now. She's with Mr. No Good that's only there for a good time right now. Sad.
Are not the father.
Hold up. Now wait, I pause it real quick. Look at that baby face. Look at the eyes. Look at that face. Doesn't the baby look just like him? Look at that. Looks like her too. But the baby kind of looks like him. So he probably seen the baby and said, yeah, it kind of looked like me. And she probably said, well, no, the baby look like you. And looking at that father and looking at the baby's face, like, that could probably work. It says here, she has no remorse, no consequence, no conscience. She's dirty. But that man had his ear to the streets. His boys probably told him, that girl for the streets, man.
I can tell.
Ooh, y'all about to hate me when I say this. But every man should be given a paternity test at the birth of the child. They should. They should. I know, boo-boo. I know. Roy, why would you do that? I can hear y'all crazy tell complaining now. Women. You know what? How dare you put a man through 18 plus years. 18 plus years. And it's not his baby. You know it's not his baby. Or even if it was a possibility of you not knowing. I'm holding women accountable. Yes, sis, I'm holding you accountable because you know you ovulate once a month. And if you have slept with multiple men during that month, let it be known. Give that man a paternity test so we can avoid a lot of mishaps. Dang.
Yeah, but that's not going to be the case. It should be. It should be mandated, as she said. All these women are preaching for mandated paternity tests. But they're not going to do it. These systems they have in place, it's just too much for the government. Like, you know how much money the government will miss out on? All these child support cases that are being filed, men falsely being accused. A man can falsely be accused. He writes his name on a birth certificate. That's the father he has to pay. And so many men will continue to fall victim to that.
To Girl Secret D, and we're going to drive and chat. So, I was up there listening to Steve Harvey this morning, and this guy wrote in about, and I wasn't really listening because I was talking to my sister, but this guy wrote in about the fact that he was dating someone. He said that they had one time, he said he used protection and he was so drunk that he didn't even finish. And now she's saying that she's pregnant.
You can't make that up.
He said his mom wants him to do the right thing, but he wants to wait 7 months for the baby to get here and get a paternity test, and he wants to know if he's wrong. Sir, absolutely not.
7 months?
And there are often conversations about DNA tests being mandatory in the hospital, yada, yada, yada. And I agree, okay? I don't care who it is. I feel like married, unmarried, whatever the case is, before somebody is made to sign the paternity paperwork, they should have a DNA test done. They're running blood work on the baby anyway. Might as well just slip that little sucker in too, because there's too many trifling women out here. And not for nothing, people like, oh, I'll be offended. Why are you offended? If you know you ain't super nobody else and somebody just wants a peace of mind for whatever reason, go ahead, because I'm sure there's a lot of men out here who have no doubts about their children raising other people's kids, okay? So listen, y'all can let me know how y'all feel about it. Again, I personally have no reason to have any issue with it. I never had any doubts about my children and where they came from. The men I have been with have no doubts, but if they did, I'd be like, go ahead. I don't care. So what y'all think about it? Mandatory paternity test in the hospital or no?
Yeah.
I say yes.
Yes.
All right, y'all. Bye.
Yes, it should be mandatory paternity test in the hospital. And you know what I like? Most of the women that are pushing for it, especially when they said mandatory, pretty much all of the women I showed said mandatory paternity test should happen. So you know what I want to see? I want to see a group of women push for votes, right? Who we have coming in? Donald Trump coming in? Call up to Donald Trump, say, hey. And Donald Trump, yeah, what do you want? I want to get mandatory paternity test in. Mandatory paternity test? I think it's good because I think all these men shouldn't be fathers of kids that are not theirs. I see men getting taken advantage of all the time, right? And push for that. Who knows? Maybe the Trump man will make it happen. Maybe he'll make some changes. I don't know. Actually, I'm going to get off politics, but you guys know what I'm saying. But yeah, y'all, thank y'all for watching. I think mandatory paternity tests should be valid and should be law because it's needed. Because you know what they're going to do? They're still going to hit you for that support. They're still going to hit you in divorce court. They already hit men in divorce court. Don't hit these men that are not married for unexpected child support too. It's wild. But anyway, guys, thank y'all for watching. See you next video.